So, good day, everyone. I hope everyone here with us is doing great. So, I am Gina Natividad from the Philippines, an agent for Oakland Publishing and Quality Conferences. I have been given the honor to present a talk to you on how to pursue higher education in Asia as an international student. I will be focusing mainly on three countries in Asia that you can use as a basis for living costs, tuition fees, and the application process. First on my list is, of course, the Philippines. The Philippines is a Southeast Asia island country in the Western Pacific Ocean. It is considered one of the largest archipelagos in the world as it is comprised of more than 7,000 islands. So, the capital of the Philippines is Manila. It has been the main city for development and trade. Because of its archipelagic nature, the Philippines is a culturally diverse country. There are more than 170 languages and dialects spoken in the Philippines, but most of the commonly spoken language is our national language, Filipino and English. Before the pandemic hits, the country is accommodating around 26,000 international students studying in the country, but due to the pandemic, the figure has significantly depleted. But since everything is slowly going back to the normal, the country is expected to accommodate more international students now. Next on my list is Malaysia. So Malaysia is a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country in Southeast Asia and one of the wealthiest and most developed countries. So this is a home to many well-reputed universities. Malaysia is the 11th most popular study destination in the world according to the UNESCO and is up and coming as one of the most sought after study abroad destinations in Asia. So the capital city of the Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur. This country is a home to a total of 137 languages, but they also have a recognized language of English they use as medium of instruction. And the third country I included is China. So China is a country in East Asia, bordering the East China Sea, Korea Bay, and the South China Sea. So it is considered as the world's second biggest economy and an emerging student destination. So the country too can be a cheap alternative to a world-class higher education as compared to other countries. The capital of China is Beijing. So, China has three major languages, namely Cantonese, Hokkien, and Mandarin. So, most universities use English as a medium of instruction. Now, let me list down a few of the reasons to study in Asia. So, not only do the universities in Asia hold decent rankings on a global level, but they also offer diverse courses that cater to a wide diversity of students' aspirations. So, every year, these institutions produce academically brilliant and skillful and globally competent students. To name a few, we have National University of Singapore, Peking University, Nanyang Technological University, and the University of Hong Kong, and other more top universities in Asia. I can also say that another reason to study in Asia is the low cost of living. So, um, studying in Asia is offers low cost of living compared to other countries. So there are countries here where you can rent a decent dorm for only or an apartment for only $50 a month. Not to mention cheaper food, clothing, and recreation. So we will also elaborate on this further later on this presentation. Third is Asian countries are cultural hubs and have very vibrant culture. So where you can experience exquisite and diverse cuisine and architectural heritage sites. In addition to that, you get to learn a new language. So countries in Asia offer fast and easy application for foreign students because they want to accommodate as many foreign students as possible and promote the education system of the country. Moreover, in order to attract more international students, the government in each country focuses on developing various educational programs and university programs to improve the education of foreign workers. And last on my list is that Asian countries are one of the most sought after tourist destinations today. And if you live there, you will get to enjoy awesome weather, which will purify your skin. Also, pristine beaches, along with beautiful landscapes, would make sure you enjoy a wonderful vacation while studying hard. Plus, you can visit neighboring countries to also enjoy their sceneries because of cheap flights. Now that I have listed a few reasons to study in Asian countries, let me now introduce how the higher system works in Asia. So the duration of study for each level is quite universal to all countries in Asia. So undergraduate degrees take 4 years to complete, wherein medical and engineering programs take approximately 5 to 6 years to complete. So most graduate degrees are 2 to 3 years to complete if you're studying full time. So as for doctoral degrees, full time studying may take 3 to 4 years. Um, Due to the pandemic, some school had adjusted their academic calendar, but since things are going back to normal, most countries had adjusted back to having the academic year from their pre-pandemic academic calendar. So in Philippines, the academic year is from August to June of next year. In Malaysia, it's from January to November, and in China, it's from March to January of the following year. As for how you study, it's a mix of classroom-based learning and independent study for the undergraduate and graduate levels, while doctoral programs will consist of almost independent study. If you're studying a practical subject, of course, you spend more time doing practical-based works. So no matter where you study abroad, it's important to create a budget in advance so that you're prepared. Therefore, we've detailed average living and housing costs so that you can get a better idea of what you would be paying as a student in Asian countries, specifically in Philippines, Malaysia, and China. Again, you can also use these estimates for living costs in other countries in Asia. So here's a comparative monthly housing and accommodation costs in Philippines, Malaysia, and China. So in Philippines, it's around $380 to $640. In Malaysia, it's $280 to $450, and in China, it's between $200 and $300. But you can still keep your uh, rent costs down by living in residence halls or dormitories. So most universities offers dormitories to cater students living outside the city and for international students. As in many other parts of the world, rent is normally counted as separate cost in living costs. So here's the average or range cost of living of the in the bigger countries when you live in its capital city. So in Philippines, it's around $550 a month in Manila. So in Malaysia, it's between 455 and $505. And in China, it's from $800 to $1,200 living in the expensive cities in like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. And of course, if you try to live outside the capital cities, living costs are generally lower. So now let's proceed with the application process. So most countries in Asia have no centralized system for international student applications. So you need to apply directly to higher education institutions or university you are considering. But in China, to apply for a place at a university in China, an international students can use CUCAS or China's University and College Admission System website or apply directly to the university. International students can also apply for a Chinese government scholarship program and will find the information about this on this CUCAS website. So while there are some admission requirements that are specific to the university, there are requirements that are common to all the universities. So here are those. So number one is if English isn't your first language, you'll need to present proof of your English language abilities. So an international recognized test will meet this requirement, such as TOEFL, and IELTS. Also, you need to send your school certificates and any other transcripts of records that you have. Also, you need to have a copy of your passport to prove your nationality. And also, you have to present or you have to submit your personal statement stating why you want to study that program to that school. Also, you need at least two recommendation letters from your previous professors and also a student visa. So, if your country if you're from a country whose medium of instruction in the universities is not English, you need to score a minimum requirement for this English abilities test. So for Philippines, they required IELTS score is at least 5.5, while in Malaysia it's at least 6, and in China, same with Philippines. For TOEFL score in Philippines, you need to score at least 61. In Malaysia, at least 88, and in China is at least 85. So for the student visa application, also to add back here, if if the medium of instruction in your university is English, you can just secure a certificate stating that the medium of instruction is English as an alternative for this test. So some universities accept that. So for the student visa application, upon acceptance, you can apply for a student visa or a temporary tourist visa for conversion into a student visa later and prepare for your adventure in the country of your choice. So here are the fees for the application for a student visa in these countries. So in Philippines, it's around $250 to $300, depending on the origins country. Same with Malaysia, it's around $190 to $370. While in China, it's $140 for American citizen, and for citizens of other countries, it's between $30 to $90. So the application process and requirements for a student visa can be found on the embassy sites of the country you want to study. Also, some universities put these requirements in the admission page for international students. So here are also the estimated tuition fees for each level in each country. So for in the Philippines, bachelor's degree, master's degree, and doctoral degree all ranges from $1,000 to $3,000 per academic year. While in Malaysia, on average, it's $1,650, and on China, it's between $1,800 to $3,300. So in medicine courses or engineering and business courses in the Philippines, it ranges from $2,000 to $6,000. In Malaysia, it's between $18,000 to $30,000, and for China, it's $25,000 to $52,000. So, master's degree are near to the tuition fee of a bachelor's degree in Malaysia and China. Okay. So, of course, public universities offer much lower tuition fees. And as for scholarships, most universities in Asia do offer their own scholarships to international students. So, this can range from a set amount per semester or year to a full ride. So, you could check the universities that you want to apply if they are offering scholarships for international students. And yeah, so for further inquiries, you can contact Oakland Publishing and Quality Conferences through the email info@opqc.org. So thank you and have a good day, everyone.